Very recently, our beautiful Leopard 1 ARV has developed a bit of a shortage of power. Quite literally, this thing wouldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding, which is not much help when you're trying to dig, push, pull or tow the heavy sort of stuff that it's designed for. So it was time to give it a bit of a birthday and do a bit of maintenance on it. What we've got here is Exhibit 1. This was drained out of the fuel filter housing. Check out the different strata that's formed. Stuff at the bottom is water, and then we've got a layer of floaty biological material of some description, and then as we go a little bit higher we've got diesel fuel that changes different colour depending on its level of contamination. Yeah, it's really quite something. I'll give you a quick speed run of what we actually did. Believe it or not, the number one contributing factor to the issues is that the fuel filler caps for both fuel tanks are missing the rubber sealing gasket. So of course every time the vehicle was operated out in the rain or wash, this would fill up with water, which would then pour inside the fuel tank, mixing with the fuel, corroding everything and causing the build-up of all the material and stuff in it, which is furred up the whole fuel system. We're really under the pump with this because it's obviously the greatest contradiction you can have, that your breakdown vehicle is broken down and unable to be used. So it's all hands on deck to get this thing back into service as soon as possible. So we pulled the pack, serviced the screen filters in the automatic transmission. We checked all of the radiators, cooling system, changed the engine oil because it was quite heavily diesel contaminated. Checked the transmission oil, fitted a new filtration element into the engine oil filter, fixed a few little coolant leaks that we spotted, topped up the cooling system with inhibitor, fixed a little fuel leak from the return line of the injector pump to the fuel filter, replaced the two filter elements inside the fuel filter and cleaned out the filter housing, got inside the right hand fuel tank, pressure washed it out, removed the pickup from the bottom, cleaned off all of the gunk and fur and slime that had built up in it, checked all of the fuel lines, removed the pre-fuel filter and serviced that, cleaning all of the rust and scale out of that, took out the header tank out of the vehicle, opened that up, pressure washed all that out, cleaned the pickup screen, adjusted the tappets on the engine and resealed the rocker boxes and checked all of the injectors to make sure that there's no fuel leaks from it. Dropped the pack back in, primed the braking system, and hey presto, we've got a fully functioning ARV back again. Just as easy as that. Driver station, we've got the controls, neutral, forward, reverse, and the pivot position, gear selector 1 through till 4. Being a Leopard 1, it actually has 2 gears in reverse as well too, so you can get up a reasonable amount of speed in reverse. Dead simple to drive. You've got accelerator, brake pedal, you've got the steering pillar. Creaky sounding. We'll have a look at that before we put it finishing up. But 2 steering positions, you've got a wide radius turn and then you've got short radius turn, and depending on what gear you're in, it'll either sharpen the turn or it'll make the turn wider. Then of course we've got the instrument panels and various controls and dials and a nice big prominent idiot light. And then finally we've got 2 handbrakes. Alright, starting procedure, we've got main on, ignition on, so we make sure the transmission system has lit up. Scan the instrument panel, so it makes sense the master caution is on. Alternator's not running, so charge light's going. We only put about 60 litres of fuel back in it, so it's flashing the low fuel light. Over here is the start lever. One trick of the trade when it comes to starting these engines is to let them get up a bit of oil pressure if they haven't run for a while. So you pull the accelerator pedal back a bit and we'll crank the engine for a few seconds. Alright, so now it's time to start the engine properly, so glow plug position and crank. Finally, some special thanks to John, Josh and Lockie from the Laverack Barracks. They were a real godsend when it come to pulling the pack out of this. They were fantastic and tons of energy in helping us get the job done. Well, it's now officially beer o'clock here at AusArmour, so wishing you a great weekend.